Good evening, everybody. You're welcome to today's. All right. Good evening, everyone. You're welcome to Tech Gen webinar today. Please, I would love to know. Okay, I think this music is probably louder than my voice. All right. Please confirm if you guys can hear me. Would love to know where you're joining us from. So please, you can just comment in the comment section. Let's know where you're joining us from. If you're joining us from Abuja, if you're joining us from Kaduna, you're joining us from Dubai, from New York, wherever you might be joining us from, please let us know in the comment section. You're welcome to tonight's webinar. And we know that tonight is going to be super pretty amazing. So yeah, welcome one, welcome all. Let us know where you're joining us from in the comment section. Thank you so much. Hey, welcome everybody. I'm trying to get this music down so we can get straight into business. All right. Good evening, everyone, and you're welcome once again to Tech Gen webinar for the May edition. And this particular webinar session, right, we're going to be talking about how to write code using Google AI Studios and Antigravity. So please, I want to know, right? I want to know from us if you've probably heard about Antigravity before, maybe you've used it. Can you let us know in the comment section, so that we know where our audience are at the moment? So maybe you've heard of Google AI Studio or probably Antigravity, right? Please let us know in the comment section. I will be checking the comments now so that I will know if we have previous ideas about it. We have some people on the webinar, so yeah, please do well to. You can use the comment section, right, to write so we know. If you've heard of Google AI Studios before or Antigravity or probably you've used it, please let us know in the comment section. We're about to get started. Our guest is already here, is already in the studio, and I will definitely bring him up stage pretty soon so that we can get started with the session. This is 7:11 already, and we do not intend to take um, any more time. So yeah, please let me know in the comment section quickly if you have any experience or knowledge or you've heard about Google AI Studios or Antigravity. Let me give a few minutes for that to know. Um, yeah, and to also bring up Muri on stage before we commence. Okay, nice. John said he has an experience on it. Oh, that's nice. That's so good to hear. Hi, John. You welcome. Welcome to the webinar. Today promises to be an impactful session, and we believe that we are going to go back with a whole lot of value from today's session. So, yeah, welcome, John, once again. I do know some of us are not engaging, so I can't really know where we're at. Some of us are not commenting as we should, but I hope that we do because today is a pretty much practical session, right? And so we will need to know really like where you're at and to also should I say feel free to ask questions because for some of us this might be something we're experiencing for the first time and you definitely would have questions. So please, right, I would love for us to engage so that if we have questions or if we have any places we're not so sure of, we can clearly state and so that we'll have this experience to be super, super impactful. Okay, so without further ado, I'm not going to waste our time here tonight because I know we're here for impactful session, and I'm just going to go up to bring up Muri. I call him Muri, but his name is actually Mutala Adamu. So let me just do that ASAP, and then we can get started. Yep. So So yeah, we have Mr. Mutele here with us on stage. But before he will take it up from there, I just want to do like a brief intro about him so we get to know who is here. Mr. Mutala Adamu is the team lead for Google's developer group Kaduna. And if you definitely know GDG Kaduna, then you should know who we have on board here today. And the Google Developers Group, right? They have a festival every year. That's GDG Kaduna Festival. That's their fest every year that goes on in Kaduna, and we have like over thousands of techies and tech enthusiasts attend this event. DevFest is an event that you definitely want to attend if you're in tech space, especially if you're in Kaduna and you either want to network or you want to grow or you want to get to, learn and connect from other people, then you should not miss out on DevFest. And we are so grateful to have the team lead for GDG Kaduna joining us for tonight's webinar, and it's no other person than Mutala Adamu. Someone asking when is it? Yes, DevFest holds every October. I don't know if there has been a change to it, but I think when Mr. Mutala comes up, he's going to let us know on that. So yeah, Mr. Mutala is a guru when it comes to coding, right? And I don't want, and I'm not just saying this for saying sake, right? I'm saying this because I know him and I've seen his work and it's outstanding. So I'm telling you guys, you're going to learn a whole lot. And I do not want you to take this session for granted. And I want you to really pay close attention and follow through.
Okay, hi everyone. I don't know. Can you hear me?
Sorry about that. So, yeah. So please, guys, confirm if you guys can hear me before we commence with Mr. Mutala. Mr. Mutala Adamu, you're welcome. We're so happy to have you here with us tonight, and we believe that today is going to be impactful for us all. So, guys, please confirm if you can hear me so we are sure. And let me also be sure. Okay, yes, okay, great. Thank you. Let me also be sure that Mr. Mutala's screen is up because, like I said, it's going to be a practical session here tonight. So Muri, please confirm if I don't know, I can't see your screen, and I'm not sure guys can see your screen. So please confirm if
Okay, no, I'm
you.
not sharing my screen yet. I'm
Okay, you're not
just.
sharing your screen yet. Okay, okay, that
I
makes
haven't
sense.
shared my screen. Yes, yes. I just want to confirm that if you guys can hear me actually.
Okay, yeah, sure. We can hear you loud and clear, loud and clear. So good to have you, and thank you for doing this
Okay,
with us. And we
so
can't wait to learn from you. Yes, please go on. The floor is yours.
good evening, everyone. It's nice to be here actually. So I guess this is my first time being here. And doing this online. I think it's also going to be like I think second or third of participating in this kind of sessions, and I hope it's going to be very, very impactful. So, how many of you I have idea of coding? If you have, you can just drop one or two word in the comment section so that I know where we are going to it start from. Okay, okay, nice. That's nice. I can see. Is it Lord Gabi 7? Yes, I can also see John. Okay, that's awesome. So I think I'm not going to be alone in this. So quickly, we have so many products. I think some of us must have an idea of so many products that we can use to build a software, right? I think it's ranging from this ranges from ChatGPT, where you can write code to Cloud to other AI driven solutions like the Microsoft Copilot and others like that. So I think the most important thing is when this started the era, I think I tried some product called Bolt. Some of you might have known about Bolt, Bolt, and that product really blew my mind. Uh, when Google started, they started the AI era as an Google Assistants, where they started transitioning into Gemini. And yeah, here we are. Gemini is becoming something else. So early this year, Google launches a product called um, Firebase Studio, where is a place where we write our program, right? We prompt online. It's just like we having VS Code, but that VS Code runs everything online. So let me give you a brief example of why all these things run online. Initially when we design application, they normally be like a standalone application on our desktop. Like the commercial app, we do have things like Microsoft Suite, where we have Microsoft Office, Word, Excel, and the rest. They don't stand alone on our computer system, right? Now you have things like Corel Draw with all the packages they have. They also run locally on our devices. As times goes on, then there's some technology was built called web assembly, where engineers sit and think of if we can shift everything to work on the web. So that's why you see things like Microsoft 360, where you run everything online. You see things like the Google Doc, Google Sheet, and other products alike that works online. You can virtually do your Corel Draw. I guess now there is nothing that you cannot do online because everything is shifting to web assembly. So your browser can actually be your operating system where it runs several applications and stuff like that. Okay, similarly, we have the VS Code, we have other IDEs for writing programming where they are standalone, and now we do run them online. So, for us to build software, we need to learn programming, do a lot of experiment and rest. So with the coming of AI, everything has become very, very easy nowadays, right? So and even at is very as it's becoming very easy, is coming to be very simplified. Like the Google AI Studio is a transition from the Firebase Studio to Google AI Studio. Although Google does not stop by that, they still go ahead and create a standalone application called the Antigravity, which when you look at the okay, let me share my screen now. I guess it's time. Let me share my screen. Okay. Okay, let me share the web page. Okay, so I'm sharing my screen. Sharing my screen. Okay, how many of you can see my screen? Okay, fine. Okay, fine. So if you can see my screen, this is the website where the anti-gravity is. This is the website is called antigravity.google. This is where you can actually download the application. If you can see my screen, you can see the download button. And for now, I think you only have it for Windows, right? Hmm? So, um, what is anti-gravity actually? What is anti-gravity actually? This is a total IDE standalone and is built to use agents, right? Uh, why agent? Because they are the next generation of software development. When we are growing up, we do learn this that they told us computers are not smart because they cannot make decisions of themselves. They don't think, they don't do things. They are only given what they are told to do. That's the only thing. Like it's garbage in, garbage out. So they can't think of themselves, right? So in this 21st century, we realize that these computers can make decisions by themselves, and how do we make them make decisions, right? There's something we call the MCP servers, an agent. We also have agent. When the AI era starts, or let me come back to when the search engine starts. When you go to Google, you go to Bing, you go to MSN to search for a particular product or problem on the web. The web crawler go through every website and give you content that is similar to that. And those content are what people write and put there. So they give you exactly what someone writes. Now, with the coming of generative AI, is where the AI agent go through all the website that have similar content. Assuming we are searching for Kaduna State, now the agent go through every website on the internet that has information on Kaduna State. It study everything and it generates its own response separate from what people actually write and give it there. I don't know if you get. So this is exactly what the agent does. They generate the solution by yourself. It's not like they are going to pick up what someone has written on the internet and display it for you. Do you understand? So that's exactly what the agent does. And now with the Google anti-gravity, you know, development of software has become very easy and simple. Even those that have no prior knowledge of programming can actually write a product from zero to shipping. What I mean is that this agent can write the code, they can debug and check for error. If there is error, they can fix the error. Like you can build a product from just an idea, from start to finish. and that's what the agent building or what the AI software development is all about. And during that, we call that kind of product vibe coding, right? It's like we are coding without actually learning how to program, right? So basically, that's what we're going to learn. So we have two ways to do that. I think the first one is the using the anti-gravity software, which is a standalone, and I think they just released the second version of the anti-gravity software, right? Not quite long. I think it's just happened immediately after the Google I/O, which just concluded last week, right? Then even the anti-gravity, you can use the CLI for it to build, or you can use the anti-gravity SDK to to integrate everything. We also have the IDE where you just use the interface and just build whatever you want to do. One thing you should know also, the anti-gravity is built for developers, right? And this is very, very essential. You can build a full stack website with just typing the idea, right? And that's actually what we are going to learn. So I'll skip this process so that I'll allow you to download this on your own. I'll just walk you through and we ask one or two questions, and we move on, right? So maybe we share our handles. In this, we have a series of questions, and I will share some resources where you can learn by yourself, right? We call them self-paced learning, where you have videos, you have text, you have audios where you learn by yourself at your pace. Which means if you want to learn for 2 hours a day, for 5 hours a day, or you want to learn throughout the day, it's self-learning paced for you. And I think it's the best things I always done to myself. I don't allow people to rush me, right? So you can download for now the anti-gravity for Windows, right? Okay, so for you to download the anti-gravity, you go to antigravity.google. I don't know, can I put this on the comment section? All right. Okay, comment section. Josh is there if you want to share with them. All right. What screen am I sharing? Wow, this is the tab I suppose share. Oh my god. Sorry, this is the tab I'm sharing. Sorry, this just shares something different. Okay. So this is the tab I'm supposed to share. So this is the anti-gravity. This is the website when you go to antigravity.google.com. Here you can read the blog about it. You have so many resources to learn about, where this is the download button where you download that I was talking about. It's my first time using StreamYard. So sorry. I always use Google Meet and Zoom. Yes. So these are all what I've been trying to discuss. You should know these Google Antigravity is our agentic development platform that allow everyone to build on agent first era, and so many other things you can find here where you can also click the download button to download the anti-gravity. So haven't you download the anti-gravity? Let me see. Can I share the anti-gravity screen? I hope I can do that. Live stream. Okay. Let me try and share the anti-gravity screen. Share share a screen. AI Studio. Okay, yeah. Uh-oh. Share screen. Okay. Okay. Sorry. Sorry, Antigravity is updating. It's installing the update. If you can see that. So this, let's go back to the AI Studio quickly. Let's start with the AI Studio as the Antigravity is updating. So the AI Studio, Google AI Studio, Google AI Studio, AI Studio. So this is Google AI Studio. You go to your browser, you type aistudio.google.com. It's going to take you to this environment entirely. So this is Google AI Studio and it's built 100% on agentic, or let me say prompt engineering, where you prompt your your idea and it build the software from A to Z. So can you see my screen? Let it not be as if I'm sharing the wrong screen again. Yeah, I think I can see. So once you are here, you see that the environment is divided into different sections. You know, from the left, this is where the tab are, where the panel where you can see the playground, the history of all what you have built. And these build are all the apps you have built. We also have the dashboard, which is my dashboard actually, uh, which contains so many other things like the API key, the project I'm working on, the usage, the limit, the spending, the like so many other things. Below here, you can see the search. You can also check what is new on the Google AI Studio. You can get an API key, and you also have settings, right, where you can set up so many other things. I'll leave you to play around with this, So these are some of the projects that have been. The other place where you see playground, you see where they say build with agent. You know, we have agent for the anti-gravity preview, AI talk to radio, you know, customer support, all those things. Then you can see these are agents. Now these are the models. So when you click on models, we have the future models, right? Where you can test out the most advanced and newest models, right? We have the code and chat where you can build chatbots, you know, agent and code with Gemini, right? Which means on the Google AI Studio, you can also build your own agent. So these are like you telling, computing system, okay, do this on my behalf. That's what we call agent. Like, oh, let me give an example. Say I'm sweeping the room, maybe every day around 8 p.m. and hopefully I cannot do that maybe for today or the next few couple of weeks. I can actually build an agent that will say, oh, once it's 8 o'clock, please sweep the room. By 8, the agent should be able to perform that task on my behalf. So that's technically what agent does for us, right? You can also generate videos, you can do things like the speech and music, real time and so many other things. So these are different models we can work on. So by the other top of it, you can see the three button where you can do a temporary child, a Romo, and so many other things. Now by the right panel, you can see things like you run the settings, you can see things like get the code, you can see so many other options that were toggled. Okay, so let's build something from just a normal prompt, right? Like, okay, what do we technically need to do, and why does building with AI, why do you need to start today, And for most of us, it's often start with a simple question like maybe can I quickly prototype a solution to the problem I've been thinking about, stuff like that. Like, or you know, if you have something like that, you know that Google AI Studio, I think, is the first place you should come in, right? Is a place where you can, rapidly prototype virtually anything, right? So let's put up a simple web application using the vibe coding and we can also try to deploy it on Google Cloud Run on the AI Studio. Then after doing that, we can quickly go back to the anti-gravity and we call it do similar things and see what are the differences and what make them similar and they can work seamlessly. So for you to build, what you will really need or what are we going to build is a web application, right? And we'll make it available for other people to play around with it. We'll create that web application and we are going to still deploy it to Google Cloud Run. That is on the Google Cloud server, right? Uh, we'll just use AI Studio for now because the anti-gravity is updating. Uh, okay, can we get started? So for you to start, the only requirement you need is just a browser and a Google Cloud project with a billing enabled for it. And I don't think it's very necessary now. If all of you have a Google email, I think you can quickly go to, let me see, you can quickly go to consult, how do you spell console.google, okay, console.cloud.google.com. So it's going to take you to your Google Cloud Console. So if you have a Google account, which is like a normal Gmail account, you don't need any other thing to do. Just use your email to log in once you are on console.google.com. Like this is my email that I was using to log onto the account, right? Uh, so looking at this, these are where all my projects are. You can see these are the current project I've been working on. So currently we are on the vibe coding. And when you go down to billing, you will see the billing accounts that are active. But for now, I don't think you need to the billing account because normally we normally give $5 free credit for people to play around with it. But it's like the server is under maintenance, and last week they announced for every developer that is using the Google AI Studio have that opportunity to host two projects on Google Cloud for free, even without activating billing. So once you have this account, I don't think you have a problem. So let me quickly come back to my AI Studio. Sorry, I'm learning. I'm learning StreamYard. Okay, I think I'm up. So once you have that two requirement, a browser and a Google Cloud Console, then we can go ahead and prototype. So what I want us to prototype today is actually uh, just a simple prompt. Let me copy. There is a prompt I typed. Okay, let me paste it. Okay, so I don't know. Can you see my screen well, or I should zoom it? So, okay. So, this is what we are creating actually. We are creating a formal looking front end application that has two buttons. Can you see? The snowflakes and the balloon. If the user click on the snowflakes button, the snowflakes on the medium side should start falling on the screen from the top to bottom for 5 seconds. If the user click on the balloon button, the balloons of medium size should start floating from the bottom of the screen and float to the top for 5 seconds. So these are the prompts I'm actually trying to build. So I'll just go ahead and click send this prompt. So we'll wait for it. So let me unzoom it. So if you look at it now, it's thinking and you can see it has started writing the code for us. You can see how fast it's thinking and how fast it's writing the code for us. So once it's done, it's going to tell us these are what and what he has built or the key features the app is implementing. You see, formal UI, this uses a clean card layout with natural colors, all these emojis and the rest, right? So we are to double check. So once double check, then what do we say? So can we go ahead and say run the application? Let's see what we have. Interactive practice effects. Okay. So let me connect with the API key. Select an API key. Okay. Dashboard. Okay. So let's run the app. Preview the app. Now you can see this is the model we are using, and there are other tools for you to use actually here, like the structure output, the code execution, the function calling, all those things. You need to, and we can actually convert the. So this is the app, like the text app, where if I click the balloon, if I should click a balloon, they suppose float up. If I click the pin, they should drop down. Okay, so once the app is built and want to preview, I think you see this plus here. This play sign up here is where we'll click on it to preview the application, right? So let me zoom it and see if it's going to work. Okay, how do I zoom this? How do I zoom? How do I zoom? Oh, changes every day. So these are app. I want to zoom in so that to full the screen. So if I click on the balloon, you can see we say they will be flying up. You see for 5 seconds. And now when I click on the snowflakes, the snowflakes will be flying down for 5 seconds. So this was an app that was built without writing a single line of code. If you can see, by just putting a prompt here and go ahead and run the code, it generates everything for me. So let me exit the preview, and this is the code that actually does all these things. Assuming this code has a problem, I can still go back to this and change the prompt. Example, when I preview, you should notice the balloon are red color. I can actually come here and say, let's make the balloon color to be green. Let's say green. And let me run this and let's wait and see. You see it will begin changing the graphics and make the balloon to look green. So it's you writing the code. So once it's done, it will give us a preview of what it has done and also the time taken for the agent to complete this. And this is the number of token we'll use for those of us that will be subscribing. Uh, this will be very, very important. So let's go and preview the app again. Let's preview and let's see what we have. Show preview. Now, can you see our balloon has become green? So you can imagine building a whole lot of application, without writing a single line of code. I think this is what all the vibe coding is all about. Actually, yeah. So uh, let's see how do we deploy this to Google Cloud Run, right? Right? How do we deploy them to Google Cloud Run? We are going to click on the rocket like button, right? On the top right corner of our AI Studio page. Uh, where is our rocket line? Last week they just updated this. So let me check. Can I see? Can I see? It should be around here. We said get code SDK run settings. So my deploy should be around here. Let me cancel this. Share prompt. Boom. Make this an app. Share prompt. Let me see. Share. Oh, I think this is a new feature. Now we can share this prompt with others to work with it. Wow, that's nice. New chat now. Go back to my chat. Sorry. Uh, get code. Wow. Sorry, new changes. I'm trying to look at my. Okay. Not save my deploy button. So if I cannot deploy it, let me check if I can make the agent to deploy it for me. Let me say deploy to cloud run. So I can equally ask the agent to deploy it to cloud run. Let me see. It should be able to do the job for me. Deploying to cloud, you need to wrap the HTML into a container with Docker Engine X. So create a folder on your computer, place the two files, do this, do this, do this, do this, and so it's like giving me a way to do that. The fastest way, why use method scalable, blah blah. Deploy from AI Studio. Google AI Studio. After IO, I think there's a new changes. Initially, it was just a button where you just click on the button and just voila. Open Cloud Shell, Bash, do this. Index, Nano. Long process, long process, long process. I need the shortest process. I think it should be here. So they just removed the button recently. Okay. Product and app. Okay. They just removed the deploy button. But I'm very sure, let me compare more. I'm very sure we can deploy from here. But I don't know why do they remove it. Why do they remove it? Okay. So quick one. This is just exactly how we use prompt to build the app. So let me show you some other settings you might want to do with it. Example, you can insert here from your prompt if you have a picture or you want a camera or you have any sample of media that you want to use. Example, you screenshot the web page that you want to develop. You can actually come to this plus button. You can attach it or you upload it. And even though it's an audio recording about what you want, example, a client wants you to build blah 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 kind of site and he drop a voice note for you. All his description, you can just come here and upload the voice recording. And trust me, Google AI Studio will do all the dirty work for you. You just sit down, relax, and see what the AI Studio is building. Another thing is you can also use your own voice. One thing I like about this speech to text, I can actually build um, a full functional application by just talking to this system. And what impressed me is that the language I use is not actually what the system use. It fine tune whatever I say, and make the prompt more reliable or more reasonable than the way I put it. If I just say, just build a website that's for people to place an order or an e-commerce site, trust me, after talking to this system, this is going to okay. Let me just give you an example. So looking at the application that we built, it seems I still don't like the green color and also the snow. If you can make it more realistic, I will be glad to do that. So let's wait and see how the system processes it. You see, this is not what I said. Do you see? The green color is not ideal. Do you see? And it also says the snow could be more realistic. Like, this is not what I say. I'm just trying to explain. But because the AI agent fine tune whatever audio you have and pick the necessary information that was needed, it will fine tune it and so that your agent can understand better. So by running the command, let's see what happened. It's doing the changes, and let's see what happened. Let's see what happened. So if it's done, then we can preview. So let's preview. So few changes I'm seeing here. Few changes. Few changes. Few changes. Few changes I'm seeing here. I'm just learning. Few changes I'm seeing. I'm just learning. If I'm scrolling, look at where the code is where I can click on preview. If I scroll down outside the code, if you can see, the preview button will go off. So this is a new changes. But once I come where the code is, I can actually preview that particular code. So these are something you should notice. I think this is new. Uh, this is new. So the part of where we are going to deploy it to Cloud Run, that also has been skipped. I think I will look at that. I'll look at that and and get back and get back. I'll look at that and get back to you. So let's switch to uh, anti-gravity, and let's see how it works as well. Let's switch to anti-gravity and see how it well. So I think I'll share. Let me share a few code lab, or let me share a link where we have a lot of Google Code Lab for you to practice by yourselves. Okay, you go to codelabs.developer.google.com. You have a lot of practical aspect today. Okay. Okay. Let me see. Let me see the code I can deploy from the preview button. Let me see preview. Mhm. Okay, from my preview, let me see my preview. Actually, I cannot deploy from my preview. Cannot deploy from my preview. Can only edit, but I cannot pre-deploy. I cannot deploy from my preview. I need to check these new changes. So, okay. All right. So let me check my anti-gravity and let's see what we have. What's new as it's just updating today. Okay. So let me share the screen again. Plus, let me share this. Okay. So my anti-gravity has finished updating to create new projects. Come here, select the folder. All those. Let me come to desktop. Let me say new folder. Say Gemini testing. Okay, sorry, I want to create a new project on this folder. Start first conversation. Okay, voila. So we are here. Perfect. So let me use same prompt I use and see what the Gemini is going to generate for us. Okay. Okay. So this is where I put the same snowflakes code, and here you can see you can choose from different models even outside Google, like the Cloudy and other products, right? Look at them. You can use different Gemini model and even model that is outside Gemini. So let me run the prompt and look at this. This prompt, I think for you to use the anti-gravity, you need internet to do that. But with time, I think we will not use internet. It's going to run locally. But for now, I think it's the beginning of the product, so we just need some time for it to pull up everything. So it's generating the app, it's generating the files, but at times, you need to be there because it will be seeking for so many permission. Like we want to allow this command to run. This is the command npx dash this, http server. So we can say, oh, allow, and always allow this project submit. So some permission need to be checked in and be allowed to do that. All right, still running, working, building. So this is from the anti-gravity. If you look at this is the anti-gravity. This is where files are, where preview, where windows are, and these are the history of all your conversation. And this is the we can actually open the IDE. For now, it's opening the chat area where we can use the chat to do that. Yeah. So it has created three files and make. So when you see plus like this has created at least 651 lines of code. And when you see the red button here, it has deleted. Once you want to iterate, it's going to add some code. Then it will, sorry, it's removing some code. You see them with red, and it will add some code, and you see them with green. Okay, so that's just what is there. So now it's still thinking and it's running this particular uh, task, right? Okay, task is running. HTTP server. So I think it has finished running the app. So we can actually click on the server to see where we can see our files here. So it's available on these two IPs. We can run on these two IPs. Either we copy this to any of our browser. Let me copy this. Either HTTP 192.168.1 or we go to the home address, which is the 127.0.0.1. So let me use the home address. Let me see if this work locally. Voila, this work locally. So let me share the web page that I have. Okay, deploying. Okay, yeah, I've seen it. I'm sharing it. So this is from our AI studio. If you look at it, this is from the IP address that was generated from the what's it called? From Google Antigravity. And this is when you click on the snow simulation and you can see the interactive aspect of it. And when you click on the balloon, you can see the balloon flying with different colors. So I think this is more cool than the online AI studio. You can you can see how cool it is for this AI studio to work, right? Very, very interesting. So let me see if I can let me see if I can so let me see if I can deploy it directly from the AI studio. Okay, almost. Okay. Uh, okay. So this is back to our AI studio. So let me open the IDE here. Get an app to open this anti-gravity IDE link. What? Why am I getting an app to do that? Okay, let me see. Window, minimize. Wow, there is a lot of changes here also. Let me see. Settings, appearance, account, model, app. Can't find deploy here too. Wow. So I think generally we need to deploy manually to Google Cloud Console. We need to deploy manually to Google Cloud Console actually. So we cannot do it automatically as we used to do before with just one click. You can see after updating too, I can't find the button for deploying to. Okay, I think it should be here. I think it should be here, but it's not functioning. Let me see. Snowflakes. Okay. Okay. Walk tree, Gemini. Add context, media, no, browser, action. Okay, Control C. Okay, let me stop the server. Okay, let's deploy to Cloud Run. Okay, it's allowing us to. Okay, so I think agent here can help us to deploy it to Cloud Run from the Antigravity application. With just two line of command, it's just asking us some series of action to do. Always allowed. Okay, asking for permission to run the program. Please, when this pop-up come up for the first time, please try to read everything. Don't just be allowing. Don't go and have something that will crash your system, which I know is not going to crash the system, but actually you need to read them before you allow them to crash the system. So these are the Google Cloud CLI that is trying to run on the local machine. So it's still running on the background tags for us here, if you can see. Okay, I'm running a background search across all your local user directory to see if the Google SDK Cloud. Yes, allow. So, so this also help us to even uh, install any package manager that was not there. Okay, still working to see that it can deploy for us automatically. Okay, it's creating the Docker file and the Nginx configuration. Okay, it's going to install your Docker part. Okay, so I think this should be the move changes to main. So let me fail to move Y. So if I can, I'll ask an agent to help me do the moving. So it's I want to move all the changes we've made to the main branch on our Git repo. So is doing all the changes. So once it's done, we should be able to deploy it to Google Cloud Run. Okay. 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 This has moved the changes. So let's deploy. Allow run this. Allow to run this time. I recommend deploying Google Cloud Shell browser on the local machine. Help me set up GitHub repo connection to automatically run on deploy. So this is a so you can see how easy all these things are. Like I don't need to learn all this, how to deploy, how to do this, how to set up, how to so every agent does separate work. There's agent that help you to set up the Git repo, there's agent that help you to do that, there's agent that so everything you need to do is just ask the prompt, ask the agent, and the agent will do the work for you, right? So yeah, to link your cloud run in the CDB, you can create a new cloud run service and let's continue deploying new. I think it's doable. Okay, I want to get a link now to the services that has been deployed so that we should be able to. What? No, 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 I didn't cancel it. So what deploy means is that it's going to save it on the Google server and create a web link, just the way from the Antigravity it created an IP where we can access this application that was built. So instead of me doing it locally by creating the IP, deploying to cloud will create a global link where by everybody can visit the application and try that by yourself, okay, from anywhere across the globe. So that's what I'm trying to do, and that's what deploying to Google Cloud means, okay. And there was nothing more. Okay, I've triggered a background installation of the Google Cloud SDK using, so I think it's still running on background. I don't know how long it's going to take, but it's going to notify me once it's finished. So I think basically these are just the few steps I think I have for you. But you know, the sky is the limit. Let me see. Has Josh shared yeah. Josh have shared the code lab link. I can see it here. Codelabs.google, codelabs.developer.google.com. Yeah, that's a lot of places where you can actually get a different, practical training to do with Google AI. When you go there, please try to search for anything AI related or Gemini. Let me see if I can share the screen. Sorry, I have to be doing this every time. Okay, with codelabs.google.com. Let me see. So, yeah, so this is where I'm talking about. You have code lab for almost everything in your topics. Uh, we have different products that Google have. What do you want to learn? Is it about the product? We have so many other things to filter or narrow down. But the easiest part where we have this search, you can search for if you're looking for anti-gravity code lab, you can just quickly search for anti-gravity, and just press enter and you wait for anything anti-gravity. So you can see every code lab that I give you here is going to be for anti-gravity. Like this is for Google Workspace, MCP servers in Google Anti-Gravity. And so all the technology or products you are cloud engine, and this is Gemini, and this is Google Cloud Console too. Like these are other. Then here you are learning from Gemini to Cloud Engine so this is Google Cloud. So these are anything anti-gravity here. So if you are workshop for anti-gravity CLI and you're building a multi-agent, creative studio, and so or you want to do a vibe coding with Gemini and if you want to learn about this or you want to deploy to Cloud Run, you can click on that. So let's look at this vibe coding with Google Anti-Gravity. So you can see these are things you learn from where you learn it. Before you begin, these are the things you need to check, and these are where you know we give cloud credit as well. Uh, and this is sample prompts where all the process for you to build are there with the sample prompt. This is a prompt where you build a React web, player music and a snake game at the same time. So when the app builds, you can see you are playing game at the same time, you are playing music on the background, and so many other things. You can redefine your code by the annotation and image. So all these you learn them in Google So please, then I think there is other one I will share. I will add all of you to this. We call it the skill boost. Uh, I think they've renamed the site now to skills.google.com. So I think this is another huge resource for you to leverage on. Let me see. I'm still sharing this with you. Okay. So yeah, skill boost. I can add all of you to this Google skill boost where you will learn a lot of skills that has to do with Google. From what? Sorry, let me log in so that I load all those things I've learned. Then I can equally add you to a learning path. Okay. So what this does is for you to use Google servers, you need a Google credit to do that. Google create like a backdoor where you practice everything how to host your application on Google server, how to test all the cyber security, the depth of engineering, you know, the associates, and so many other things. So everything that happens here. So this is like a whole lot of university for you to learn. For now, I have a lot of things I'm doing. I'm currently learning this. These are my current parts. I've finished 5 courses. I've finished 50 labs. And yeah. So when you go to all these parts, we have a lot of videos, audios. We have a lot of cloud credits to learn from. You know, everything you are done with your learning part will be saved here. So for you to become an associate cloud engineer, I think there are a lot of things you need to do for the certification. Then you also have subscription also. There are catalogs, there are
What areas do you need to develop?
so so there are a lot of things to learn. A lot of things to learn on this cloud skill books. The email of those that are interested, and I'll enroll you in different courses that you actually want to learn. Some of you might want for free. Like look at this Google Skills for Organization, zero cost. This being paid and the rest and the rest. So I think those are that. So we should start getting in questions so that we wrap up. Then we might schedule for other days if we actually have a lot of things. Or we can create a physical event where we bring in drop.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Mutala. That was really, really eye opening, especially for me. And I have like there's an app I want to work on and deploy. I'm definitely going to use this knowledge to do that more. Rest assured that will always be in your DM because honestly, there were some things you said that I am not entirely clear on, but I believe that as I get to practice it and work on it, I will definitely be more enlightened. And like I said, I'll still be in your DM. So yes, guys, thank you so much, Mr. Muri. Please, do we have questions? Can we put down our questions in the comment section? Whatever it might be, any questions you might have, I think Mr. Muri is more than capable to answer our questions. And if need be, that we might have to have another webinar for this so as to create enlightenment, we definitely look into it. So, yes, please, if you have any question, please, this is your time so that we can ask the question. Okay, I think I'm seeing something. Let me know if it's a question. Vibe coding looks cool. Just a sec. Okay, welcome back, Mr. Murray. We lost you for a bit, but yeah, welcome back. So someone and Lord Gabe said vibe coding looks cool and it's very convenient, but won't it create developers that don't know what they are doing at all? Building apps and systems that creates problem rather than solving them. Mr. Murray, do you have anything to say regarding what he said? That won't vibe coding create developers that don't know what they're doing at all.
No, no, this it is a totally valid concern, but even though visual assistants like the vibe coding, right, and low code or no code platform are incredibly convenient, but we know that they do, create the risks of creating a generation of developers who rely heavily on drag and drop or AI generated without understanding the underlying fundamental logic, right? But here is the breakdown of how the industry view this shift. It's about the industry having this shift. I don't know if you get, the risks is involved. Definitely, we know that. But how it is actually changing the developer role is looking at the rapid prototyping. Like technology move very fast as the speed of light. Like this empowers the non-engineers, citizen developers. People just want to be developers, but they are very scared because they need thousands of hours of learning to do a lot of things. So, and junior developers to contribute. Like you have a firm, you you employ junior developers, and at the end of the day, what do you think? You don't give them access to so many, servers and access to your resources because you are scared they will just go and blow everything up in a day. I've seen people where they just make an update without checking, they add it to the main branch and the whole system crash. Imagine GT Bank one day their junior developer just created one or two line of code just to upload and find out everything stop working. That is going to be very chaotic. But if they don't try these and know the risks, how do you think they'll become senior developers? Do you get? But even for the rapid developing, and that's why I think the MVPs, in the fraction of the time, they allow the faster feedback and iteration. Like when you do this with vibe coding, you should be able to actually know and in very little time that, oh, this is okay, this is that, this is that. There are another thing like the industry are very concerned about. They're looking at the lower barrier to entry. Like they see this as empowering non-engineers, right? Same thing looking at the citizen developers or junior dev to contribute. They bridge those gap between the business logic and the technical execution, right? I don't know if you get that. You're looking at the boilerplate. Very fewer boilerplates are headaches. This automating the repetitive like code, this free up developer to focus on high level architecture, and they focus on that unique problem solving. You can see a bug that kept you for almost 5 months, very maybe just capital data and small data, and it might take you 5 months to solve. So is this these are boilerplate, and with this AI generative development, it makes you focus on the more advanced, unique or architecture of the system than all these little boilerplate that AI can help you and solve. I know of so many engineers, even at Google, do Google search. Even then, you could testify, George, we do use Stack Overflow always. You see people having similar problem. But I can't remember when last I even checked Stack Overflow for a problem or you Google a problem. It has been very, very, very long that I've done that, right? So I think those are the things we should look at, and we look at the future, whereby as this role is evolving, engineers can be this kind of curators, where a good modern developer will use the Vibe AI tool to generate the basics. I don't know if you get, looking at the basics, but they must have the fundamental knowledge, to review your code, you edit the code and even optimize that code. I don't know if you get, and it's also okay for them to focus on the, fundamentals. Knowing that data structure, algorithm, and like the system design remain crucial, right? These tools change how you implement those consign. And if I might say, ultimately, Josh, it's like
Yeah.
vibe coding won't necessarily create these incompetent developers, but it will separate those who rely on the tool as a crunch from those who
Mm.
use them as a springboard, to build
Yeah.
more complex and scalable solutions. Some people just like, oh, this something I don't need to. But some people will look at it as a springboard, like, I want to go up, I'll
Yeah.
just like jump on the screen and like the spring and just reach where I want to reach. I think that's for me and for the industry. So it's not necessary, creating these lazy developers or the, so you look at it as, oh, I can build it. Nowadays, I can collect job for website, like, normal business will just meet you, Josh, hey, I want you to create, those days in Cavendish, I just want to
Yeah.
create this website. At time I might spend 1 month or 1 week, just fighting myself to get the right color. These are things I
Mm.
can do in a few hours now. So
That's
if
true.
I can do website for 500,000 before, and I will spend 3 months asking them
Mm.
to even give me content, then I will start looking at, okay, go to similar website, copy the content, trying to
Yeah.
paraphrase it so that it will
That's
not look
true.
as if you are doing copyright. Now look at it, just go there, AI generate the text for me, give another one to paraphrase it for me. If I think,
Mm.
it should look more of like AI, put it down there. I can collect 150. If at all, I will host and do everything for 70,000, and I will do it in 3 months. Imagine collecting
Yeah.
500,000, take me 3 months. How much would I spend in petrol, in data,
Yeah.
power and the
That's true.
rest? So if I can collect 150, pay everything 70,000 and finish it in a day, I got my 80,000 there. It's better now. Tomorrow I can still do similar thing
Mm. I get
and
you.
everybody will be happy. So that's it. So to me, it's the future and it's not, it's inevitable. Just the way manual cars are fading and automatic cars are. You can't expect me to go back and be driving manual car when there are automatic cars now, even
Yeah.
electric cars. So that's just my thought.
Yeah, very, very true. And I think really what you said is really, really so valid because like I said, like for me now, there are apps I know I have in mind. I know fully well that I can just host it on the cloud and then just share the link for people to go check it out. Right?
Sure.
Because they're not things I want to monetize yet, but they're things I feel people can use. So I feel like that will really, really help out to, like you really said, to be a launch pad for your ideas to come to
Mm,
life. But you and I know
sure.
that maybe you not collect 150 for a web. But let's not
No,
go
I'm
there.
just giving an example. Like if I can
Yeah,
collect
I
150
guess.
daily, like if I would take 3 months to collect 500, and now I'm
Yeah,
collecting 70,000 daily in 3 months, how
yeah,
much do you think?
I get you. I get you. But I know that you are Babanla right now, so well, I'm just saying anyways on the lighter note. So, but yeah, really get what you're saying. Please, do you have any question? I think we're about to call it a wrap. And also to add to what he said, right? If you go on YouTube and check for starter story, please you can if you do right after this, just go on YouTube, search starter story. You'll see stories of people that have built no code app that have done millions. And I mean millions, they've done thousands in USD. When you convert that in Nigeria currency, millions. And they've done this all from vibe coding. I'm not kidding, like purely vibe coding. They just have the idea, they go on, like using the tools like Google AI Studio, Antigravity that we spoke about, they impute their prompts, they get the ideas, run with their like use their API keys and stuff. And before you know, they launch. Really, the core of it is not really sometimes it's not really mostly about the product per se. It's what is your product solving. That's when you now come into the sales and marketing aspect of your product. Because when people see that it solves a problem, they don't care whether you wrote the code, whether you stayed up all night, or whether AI did it. As long as it solves my problem, I'm good. And if it's something I feel like I can pay for, I definitely will pay for it. So I'm just saying that to say how important the times you are in are. And so we have no excuse, right, not to use this knowledge to,
Even at work now, just come on to
yeah,
type now, like, because this is just type later. How many letters in my office? They'll just tell me, okay, Mr. Murtala, when they say you are a computer geek, they just think it's just all about typing, and they'll just be giving you, or let me write this memo, or let me, At times, before they even finish talking, I just go to Gemini or I go to ChatGPT. I've done
yeah,
the letter check. Okay, no, they'll
very
say
true.
remove this. And if it were now that we're in Cavendish, you or off people will know that that
Of
stress will
course,
not
man.
be there. You can
Very, very
imagine
true.
you ask ChatGPT, set a question OBJ for so when teachers will be sleeping, after closing
Yeah,
2 o'clock, still wait till 4 to do all those work. If it's now 30 minutes now, you've done the work of 1 month.
honestly, lesson plan that can take weeks will be done in less than how
Yes.
many
You want
yeah,
to
very true.
revamp, you can just do all those things, and that means you will not, hide yourself and you start thinking like the people from Stone Age.
Mm. So true.
You just have to, yeah,
So
we have
true.
to just fit in, and AI
Yeah.
has come to stay. Let's tell ourselves the truth.
Mm.
It's not something that will just come and go. It has truly come to stay. So the earlier the better we start, making us fit into the shoes of the AI era.
Yeah. So true. So, so true. So, yes, guys, do we have any more questions before we call it a night? Do we have any
I think
more
I think
questions?
you are creating more WhatsApp group. I think it would be nice so that we can control for there any questions or stuff like that. We'll be glad to assist.
Okay. Okay,
Yes.
okay. So I think there, so please, if you also have any question, use the link, right, and send in your question. If you also want to have another webinar, maybe you're not clear, you want us to host another webinar with Mr. Mutala again so that you can get more insights, please do well to do that, and then we'll reach out to him to know when will be a convenient time. He spoke about a physical meeting, and honestly, we're really looking out for that. I would really want us to have like a physical meetup. So we'll go. So I think we're also going to run a pool, so we know we can just have like a day we come in, share ideas, build something, right? And yeah, basically make impact. So we're really going to look towards that also. So please just ensure that you click on the link that you can see in the comment section. I want to say a very big thank you to Mr. Mutala for making our time. He's busy, and for him to make our time to teach us and to get to, share his wealth of knowledge with us, it is something we do not take for granted. And I want to say thank you so, so much for your time. Thank you so much for sharing from the wealth of your knowledge. And I personally, and I believe we all look forward to still learning more from you. And so, like I said, also, he's the GDD team lead. That's the Google Developers Group team lead for Kaduna. And there is, though they host other events, right, during the course of the year, but the key event that is hosted every year is Google Dev Fest Kaduna. Like I said, if you're a developer, if you're a content creator, social media manager, whatever it is, whether you're a no-code techie or you are a code techie, you should be around for DevFest, and it holds every October. I don't know, Mu, is there a specific date for this year's own?
Yeah, we always try to look at October because the campaign run globally, not only in
Yeah,
Kaduna. Is running globally from October to December. I think that was the timeline. Anywhere in the globe, I think you can find the first event close to you. Let's look at northern Nigeria. I think three big cities host events. I think Abuja, where other neighboring states do come to Abuja to host together. The
yeah,
places like Niger, Nasarawa, Lafia, Gwagwalada, all those people go to Abuja and host one single day fest. Here in Kaduna we also host a single day fest, and people in Kano also host with people around that Katsina, Jigawa and the rest. So when you go, I think in Nigeria the biggest one always has to be Lagos, which
yeah.
at least they used to have like 5,000 attendees,
Wow.
followed by Abuja, which they have for like 2,000 or so. Even Kaduna is another biggest fest where we host at least 1,500 to 2,000
Very
annually.
true. Yeah,
And we're trying to see how we can expand that and bring other things on board this year, not looking at developers,
mm,
even enthusiasts, people that have thinking product design,
yeah,
people people that are interested in Bitcoin, anything that you can develop, I think is an avenue for you because the whole idea of DevFest is, celebrating developers. Like we are just creating like a festival whereby, oh, you've been working throughout the year. So why not end of the year? Let's meet and have fun together. Share
Mm,
some swag. Maybe we'll do give free t-shirt as you know. And at times we might say, oh, if we have low budget, we might say, oh, let's sell some mesh. Like, okay, let's sell some t-shirt, just to raise money, to host the event, or let's do one or two things like that. So, but basically, all our things are actually free because we do, look for sponsors, and hopefully, we are getting.
yeah,
And we hope this year is going to be big, better, and
inshallah.
we want the experience to be more.
Yeah, yeah. So, guys, please, if you're in or around Kaduna, ensure that you plan for Dev Fest this year, right? Please ensure it's massive, it's amazing. And I was a volunteer 2 years back. I volunteered 2 years straight, and it was really an amazing experience. So I'm saying this, if you're here, please plan for Dev Fest October this year. It's going to be amazing. And yeah, I think that will be all for tonight. Thank you so, so much, Mr. Mutala. We are really grateful once again. We're so happy that you were able to share. And yeah, if any question or anything, we'll definitely reach out to you. Thank you so much. We're grateful for your time. Do have a pleasant night's rest. Thank you, everyone, also for showing up. Yeah, I think we're done. Yeah, we're closed
All right,
for
thank you for
tonight on
giving me
this
the
edition.
opportunity to speak as well.
Yes, sir. Most welcome. Most welcome. Good night, everyone. Thank you for coming.